My fifth grade classroom was a freak show. There was a boy who dressed like John Wayne every day and called the other kids, "Ya blankety blank pilgrims," but who would then cry when anyone else looked at him. A girl whose nose was slightly crooked, and another girl whose forearm was misshapen. When my classmates questioned me about my curious nasal structure, I told them that had they been running around smashing into walls when they were 2 years old, their noses would probably look the exact same way. This amused them, as they later went on to christen me the Beak. Yasmin Mashoon, the 2001 national champion in Oklahoma City, never corrected her nasal structure because she believes that people should accept others' differences. Criticizing our society, she believes that one should not find entertainment in another's irregularity. Jock Rash, The Rock, and Fuzzy Mirrors by Yasmin Mashoon. The principal attraction of the class freak show, however, was Sharon. After a difficult delivery, Sharon was born with her arm badly disfigured. Her translucent skin stretched tight over her veins, and what little muscle there was, it lacked the normal shape of an arm, and the flesh was a light orangish pink. During recess, kids would gather around Sharon and ask if they could touch her arm, but behind her back, they would call her the freak. And at lunch, someone would always ask, "Sharon, can you put your arm under the table? We're eating." If the poet T.S. Eliot is right, that April is the cruelest month, then for some children, every month can be April. We've all grown up since the 5th grade, but somehow, not much has changed. We have developed such a fascination with freaks that we have extended the term to apply not only to people, but also to behavior that strikes us as unusual. Our interest has heightened to such an extent that we have twisted the media into our own continuous freak show. So, the industry posed itself the question of how best to keep us interested with small intrinsic values and came up with the following solution. Anywhere the public turns to keep itself entertained, we will reintroduce the freaks that kept them so enthralled when they were younger. And so they did. And they did it in such a pervasive manner, it led journalist Carl Bernstein to proclaim, "The media is a freak show." So today, we will examine 3 kinds of freaks inherent in the media: Jock Rash, The Rock, and Fuzzy Mirrors. Welcome to the freak show. Please try not to point, stare, or throw anything at me while I'm speaking. So let's begin with Jock Rash, or should I say, a rash of jocks. I watched the Olympics in NBC. The network tried hard to spiff up their delay of coverage by adding in human interest features of celebrity athletes. Now, if you watched any of them, you probably noticed that they all had one thing in common. In order to be in a profile, an athlete had to be ill, had to overcome an illness, or to have had a tragedy in the family. NBC knew that ordinary stories of hard work and success would be far too boring for the everyday public, but athlete tragedies and illnesses would be far more interesting. The media found a new star. After NBC was compelled to air a profile on Australian swimming sensation Ian Thorpe. Now, the Torpedo was a model athlete who had worked hard to succeed, but who had never had a debilitating illness. So NBC panicked! But it's okay. It's alright. They found a family sickness that they could use, only it wasn't in Thorpe's family. You see, NBC was so desperate to turn this Aussie into an entertaining freak, they finally found Ian Thorpe's older sister's ex-boyfriend's younger brother with cancer. So now, Ian Thorpe, who has never been seriously ill, has a persona with which everyone can sympathize for, and whose older sister's ex-boyfriend's younger brother with cancer is now an inspiration to everyone on the Australian swimming team.